Hey, what's up everyone? It's Mike from Mine, and today we're going to be buzzing with excitement as I show you how to use a deep frame jig. You can find directions online how to build these. I kind of customized this one to do shallow, medium, and deep frames, but it's a little bit too short to do the deep frames, but it still works well enough. Here I'm going to place the side pieces for the frames in, and you can twist the little square dowel rods in there to make it tighter. You'll see here in a second. I'm twisting it, locking them in place. Now we'll do the other side. Same thing. Once you're done, twist the dowel rod, lock them in place. Always add glue. Some of the old beekeepers told me that all nails do is hold everything in place while the glue dries. I use Tight Bond 3. I've got it in a Tight Bond 1 jug just because it's easy to use. Here I'm using just a paintbrush to apply it to all the sides. Just about halfway there with the deep frames. Now it's time to do the bottoms. Whenever I start with the sides, I put the top pieces down since they're wider, so it lets you balance it out a little bit more. You can do this in any order that you want. I just like putting one side in, coming back, putting the other side in, and making sure everything is set. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below and I'll try to help you out as best as I can. Here I'm just wiping off the extra glue that's running down the side of the frames. Time for the crown staples. I started off using nails on everything, but I feel like crown staples hold everything a lot more securely. Oh, that one's not right. Sometimes not all frames are made equally, or you just don't put them together well, so you have to persuade them. Time for the big flip. Usually they stay in just fine. I have dropped them all over the floor before. It happens. Remember, always use glue. You'll thank yourself later whenever you're pulling these out of the hives and they stay together. This is where I felt like I messed up a little bit building my frame jig. If it was a little bit taller, it wouldn't slide around while we're trying to do the top of the frames, but it still works, just like I said before. Also, I kind of settled on just using nothing but deep frames for my brood boxes and my honey supers, so I didn't take that into consideration before I built this frame jig for all size frames. Again, I like to start by assembling one side and then coming back and assembling the other side. I feel like it helps me line things up better. Just a personal preference. Do it how you want. Once again, just going around wiping all the excess glue off so we can keep everything all neat and clean and uniform. It's a good habit to check to make sure you have enough staples before you start. Almost there. Just got to add a few staples to the top of these frames. Each little staple thump is like a tiny little heartbeat in the hive. Tut-tut-tut-tut. Voila. Time to remove the dowel rods that we put in earlier. I like to use them to lift all the frames out. I think it just makes it easier. You can set them down, slide them off. If I had one other tip besides always using glue on your frames, it's going to be to use pin nails. We're going to pin nail each frame and each corner, and this is going to increase the strength of the frame by a bunch. I'm not a mathematician, but it makes it way stronger. If you've ever pulled a frame full of honey out of the hive and it's completely come apart on you, you'll understand why this is so awesome. Another little tip taught to me by the beekeepers in my local beekeeping club. I'm thankful that I joined one of those. I suggest you do too if you've just started beekeeping or if you want to learn more about beekeeping. This step is worth taking your time. These frames are pretty thin and delicate. I'm using 18 gauge pin nails. You could probably use a smaller size pin nail and not crack the wood as much, but if you make sure you're centered on the frames, you shouldn't have a problem. Here's a stack of 70 frames complete. It probably took me less than half an hour. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps.